Hello, my name is Ryan Sheehy and I'm the proud principal here at Highlands Elementary School. Today is part one in a parent education series. And today's title is Setting Up the Home Learning Environment. I'll be sharing my screen with you momentarily, and I'll be taking you through slides to help you help your child be successful this year during distance learning. All right, here is the slides. All right, so setting up the home for learning environment, establishing rules and expectations. First off, thank you. You are a pivotal part in your child's education success this year. I know that distance learning is not ideal for you. It's not ideal for our parents, it's not ideal for our students, it's not ideal for our teachers, and it's not ideal for our schools. But it is something that is necessary right now in the state of a pandemic that we are in here in California. So once again, thank you. Our successes this year will be a joint effort in how we can help support our students here at Highlands. So how can you support your child at home? That's the question, right? We're talking with our teachers are communicating with parents, and we're asking ourselves, how can we support your child at home?
As you can see, I have provided everything a child might need. All right, clearly we need to set some rules. Rule number one, you will not touch anything.
What about the floor?
Yes, you may touch the floor.
What about the air?
Yes, you may touch the air.
What about this?
Ah! Where did you get that?
Found it.
Okay, rule number two, you will not bother me while I'm working. Rule number three, you will not cry, or whine, or laugh, or giggle, or sneeze, or burp, or fart. So no annoying sounds, right?
Does this count as annoying?
Yes, wouldn't that be nice? Wouldn't that be nice? We just tell our kids, hey, you're not touching this, not touching that, not touching that. It might make it easier for us, but those are unreasonable expectations that we have for our students, families, and ourselves at home that we can achieve. So we're going to go through some realistic expectations and how to design that in our home. How do you write a rule and expectation? They need to have three different qualities. Rules must be clear, concise, and positive. So examples, some not clear. Refrain from speaking while engaging in assigned work. A clear expectation would be quiet while working. Designated break times will be delivered upon the completion of tasks. Take a break after you're done. Major differences there and just being clear versus unclear. Concise. When you are done with work, complete all your chores, then free time will be allowed. Do chores before free time. I know I catch myself all the time doing this with one of my 4 kids at home. I might be too in depth with my directions. Be concise, shorten it down. Do not engage in physical altercations with your siblings or other members in your household. Be safe, keep hands and feet to yourself. Try using 3 to 5 words if possible. Keep it to 1 or 2 step instructions. And be positive. Use positive terms. Focus on what they should be doing rather than what they shouldn't be doing. So not positive versus positive. No running in the house. Walk inside the house. No shouting or yelling while inside. Use your inside voice. This is a frame of mind. This is something that I want you to really sit back, reflect upon, and think about the terms and the directions that you are giving to your children each and every day, and how can you make those more positive, which then supports our students and your children even more. Expectations versus rules for a location. Expectations are overall rules for the whole home. So our rules here at Highlands and how you fly the Hawkway is you're safe, you're respectful, and you're responsible. Those all would work for you as well. Rules for each location and describe how you can accomplish those. That would be what we call here at school a behavior matrix. And so what we've done here at Highlands is we've created a matrix. We have a location. It describes blacktop, play structure, bike rack, outdoor hallways. We have ones for the classrooms. We have one for the science lab. We have one for the MU. We have one for the bathroom. We've created a matrix for every place in our home, in our school. So what are your expectations? Have you delineated those out? Because our kids aren't going to just instantaneously know our expectations. We need to make sure that we're teaching them what we are expecting so then they can live up to those expectations and know what the guidelines are. I would really look through your house. I would say, these are the different areas that we have, and this is what we're looking for. This is how you're safe, you're respectful, and you're responsible in all three of those areas, because even at home, we want our kids to fly the Hawk way. So writing expectations or rules for a location. Work together with your kids. Have your kids write them down for you as you're discussing them. Write them out. Get a piece of paper. Make sure that they're documented. What do you think they should be? What do you think it looks like to be safe in the bathroom at home? What does it look like to be safe at your desk? What does it look like to be safe in the backyard? What does it look like to be respectful? What does it look like to be responsible? And really go through those areas and have them have that dialogue with you. If you have other children in the home, have those two communicate with each other, talk, figure things out. It's okay to have that dialogue, that back and forth. Come to an agreement. Coming to an agreement is important. We want to make sure that we have that consensus. They feel like they've been part of the process in creating the structure for a positive learning environment. Write the rules down on a piece of paper together. So you've jotted down notes as you've gone along, and now you might want to create a nice document. I know in my house, we wanted to create something that was visually appealing. So we created notes, and then at the very end, we sat down and wrote down the rules together, making sure that our kids understood why the rule was there, and we all agreed that we were going to work on it together. And that has proved to be very, very helpful for our house and for my children. Have the rules posted in an area where everyone can see. If you don't write it down, print it, type it up, print it out, make it colorful, make it cutesy, whatever it is that works for your house and that your children and your family can abide by. If someone breaks the rule, show them the rule sheet and ask them what can be done differently next time. When we come up with these rules and we just place them up there, that in itself doesn't mean people are going to follow that. We need to be teaching these rules. You think about discipline, and to me, discipline comes from the word disciple, which means to teach. And so it's our job as educators, it's our job as parents to teach our students, to teach our children what is the behavior that is expected of them. And how can I teach and help them, guide them through that process to make sure that they're learning how to behave. Behavior is a learned trait, and we want to make sure that we're working together to make our kids successful. Prior to starting the day, go over the rules or expectations. What is the rules, the expectations for each day? And then when switching activities or locations, go over the rules if necessary. Look for those reteaching opportunities. I know here at Highlands, when we come back from a 3-day weekend, when you come back from a 2-day weekend, when we come back from a long school break, we revisit those expectations. We revisit that behavior matrix, making sure that we're continuing that educational process. It's gonna be, kids are gonna break rules. As adults, we're gonna break rules. Think of those as learning opportunities. It's okay if not, the rules aren't followed 100% of the time. No one is perfect, but the key here is to learn from those mistakes and grow as an individual, grow as a parent, and grow as a child. Remember to praise when your kids follow the rules and expectations. It is very important to give praise when a kid is learning something new. Focusing on the good will increase the rule following, which in return decreases challenging behavior. Catch them being good. So here at Highlands, this is what we're doing where we're giving out our Hawk Bucks. We're handing out our Hawk Bucks as a way to praise when students are following rules and expectations. Catch them being good, reinforcing that has really solidified students understanding why we're doing this and helping them change behavior when needed. At my household, in my house, we do Sheehy Bucks. So if I catch them being good during distance learning, I'm giving that. We've created a store where you can churn in those Sheehy Bucks for a prize or for an extra privilege. So here at Highlands, we call it the Hawk's Nest, where we do that periodically through the year. I loved it. I had a parent recently send me a picture of their child, their kindergartner, counting Hawk Bucks from when we closed, seeing if he can possibly earn more. So that way, when he comes back, he can spend his money at the Hawk's Nest, getting something that he had been looking forward in receiving. Think about that. Think about all the different things that we buy for our kids, those treats, those rewards, those different things that our kids want. Think about how can we make sure that the behavior is matching with what we're doing. Praise our kids when they're doing good. Go over those, review those rules and expectations consistently so we can teach them what the behavior is that we want to see. I will be sharing this with you all as a Google slide presentation, so you can click into the different resources for in-home learning, quick tips, setting up rules, making a schedule. And I also want to include secondary helpful tips as well if you have any siblings or other children at the secondary level that we can help with as well. How do we relieve stress? This is a stressful time. We're living through a pandemic. We're living through distance learning. I'm recording this video on a day where the smoke outside is horrendous. It is not allowing us to get outside and even enjoy the beautiful weather that we have here in Northern California. Maintain a routine or schedule. I know some people have said, oh, we love the fact that we can kind of sleep, stay up late, get up late, and kind of go through the day how we want to. Maintain a routine or schedule. Kids thrive off of that, and so do we as adults. Try to vary activities or types of activities throughout the day between electronics, outside, arts, activities, yoga, and music. I know as a parent, my kids are not on devices typically. Distance learning has been difficult because they've been in front of a screen. So as soon as we are done with distance learning for the day, screens are away, TVs are off, we are not engaging in any more screen time. We're getting outside, we're playing family games, we're reading, we're looking at different ways to unwind. Try to schedule some time for yourself as a parent. Think of how can you schedule a little bit of me time where you can get away, unplug, relax, sit down. Maybe you're going to be sitting down. You want to binge watch a show. Maybe you have a hobby or a craft that you like to do. Maybe getting outside, going for a walk, journaling. Those are just some different things that I have found helpful to schedule time for myself and unwind. Stay connected to family and friends by phone, text, video chats. I know many of us are still getting together with people inside of our bubble. Be safe, be safe, be safe. I want all of our families to be safe during this time. So then when we do get that opportunity to come back, we can all come back together and continue the great work that we've been doing here at Highlands. Some meditation videos for your kids. I suggest you as a parent, you also participate in them because they do help all of us de-stress, calm down, reduce anxiety, and just be present for our children each and every day. So I hope you've enjoyed that. That was part one, setting up the home learning environment. We talked about setting up rules and expectations. And remember, when we set up a rule, kids don't just follow them like that. We must teach them the expectation. We must teach them the behavior that we're looking for, and we're trying to do that in a positive light. And even at home, remind your kids what it means to fly the Hawk way, and we can do that each and every day. Have a fantastic week. Have a fantastic day. And remember, fly the Hawk way.